clearly doing this because she's trying to prove to the mainstream media, because now they're starting to talk about this whole birth being fictitious coming from Meghan. So she's trying to put out there to the haters, look, it is me giving birth. See, I'm in the hospital dancing like a skank.
She's got form for strapping on baby bumps.
There's something very wrong with that shape, in my view.
I think they split within 12 months.
Developing today. It was the slut job that ricocheted around the world for all the wrong reasons. Meghan Markle believed that she would finally put to rest the ongoing and, I believe, very accurate speculation that she had been wearing a moon bump, given that if these children were not born by Meghan Markle's body, then they are unable to sit in the line of succession, the royal line of succession. We're talking about Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, of course. Then this video, and let's take a look at some of it, because this video has horrified so many, because Meghan quite clearly here is in some type of moon bump. This is not a natural body position. That's before you even get to the fact.
She was never meant to speak, but now the woman behind Meghan Markle's royal pregnancies is stepping forward, and she's ready to blow the entire secret wide open.
Meghan, there. Is that a real baby bump, or has she strapped it on?
Because really weird.
She's got form for strapping on baby bumps.
For years, quiet rumors circled Meghan Markle's pregnancies. But now, a woman called DL is tearing the lid off what she says is the royal family's biggest secret, claiming she is the real mother of Archie and Lilibet. Not just a surrogate, but the surrogate. She says a top-secret California agency picked her for one reason only, to carry the children and then vanish.
She comes out with this video of her in the hospital room, apparently getting ready to give labor to this child, Lily. Now, first of all, there's a few things I have to say about this video, okay? Looking at this video, the first thing that comes to mind is that stomach is too big.
DL says she was completely cut off from the outside world. No phone, no visitors, just a strict cycle of doctor checkups and constant monitoring. While she stayed hidden in silence, Meghan was out front, glowing for the cameras with a padded belly and a perfectly polished image of motherhood.
So what do you think as you see it? I think
there's something very wrong with that shape, in my view. I don't know, look, I'm mesmerised, but I'm kind of do you know what I'm thinking? I'm glad the Queen is no longer with us, because, oh my Lord, how she would be.
While Meghan was sipping tea with Oprah on national TV, DL says she was in a medical clinic, bleeding, contracting, and giving birth to the royal heirs, completely anonymous. The deal was simple: stay silent, take the money, disappear.
Ordering those images, it's so undignified. I don't know, call me old-fashioned, but I'm finding that quite uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable. I don't think, because she's done this before for photos.
But DL is done being treated like a background prop in Meghan's royal show. She's stepping forward now, her voice shaking but strong, with claims powerful enough to rattle Buckingham Palace itself. She's not hiding behind the curtain anymore. She's the one holding the match, and she's ready to light the whole stage on fire.
I don't think that is a real baby bump. I think
way too big. It's way too big.
And sort of too low.
Remember Meghan's pregnancies? So mysterious, so carefully controlled. No hospital steps, no royal doctors, no flashing cameras, just a quiet press release that felt like it skipped a whole chapter. Archie is here. But wait, wasn't she just pregnant yesterday?
She comes out with this video of her in the hospital room, apparently getting ready to give labor to this child, Lily. Now, first of all, there's a few things I have to say about this video.
Then came her first public appearance. Slim, glowing, full of energy, like she hadn't just had a baby. Social media lit up. She's magical, fans gushed. But skeptics took a harder look. Her waistline, her posture, her glow, and quietly, the question spread. How is that even possible?
Okay, looking at this video, the first thing that comes to mind is that stomach is too big. It's too big. I showed it to my husband, and he was like, it looks like she's giving birth to triplets. And I'm like, yeah, whose belly is that big?
And then came the video. Meghan, mid-interview, taking a seat. Her baby bump didn't just shift, it folded. Not soft or natural, but sharp, unnatural creases. The internet exploded. Moon bump theories went viral. Royal loyalists called it nonsense, but others weren't so sure.
Okay, now she's clearly doing this because she's trying to prove to the mainstream media, because now they're starting to talk about this whole birth being fictitious.
But DL says this wasn't wild speculation, it was planned. She claims Meghan wore silicone pregnancy bellies, custom prosthetics molded for each stage. Every walk, every wave, every bump photo was rehearsed like a movie set. This wasn't paranoia, it was production. This whole birth being fictitious, coming from Meghan. So she's trying to put out there to the haters, look, it is me giving birth. See, I'm in the hospital dancing like a skank. I couldn't believe I saw her dancing like, I'm sorry to call her that word, but she is. You're a duchess. Who does this? Who behaves like this? When Archie's birth certificate hit the headlines, something jumped out right away. Meghan's real name, Rachel Meghan Markle, was missing. In its place, just Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Strange for a legal document, and clearly not just a typo.
Who is supposedly pregnant. Sit your Duchess of Sausage butt down. What are you doing? Dancing all provocatively, supposedly pregnant in that big fake looking bump. I'm sorry, it doesn't even make sense.
Meghan pointed fingers at the palace. The palace pointed right back. But DL says this wasn't some paperwork mix-up, it was a legal smokescreen. She claims it was all designed to hide one thing, that Meghan never gave birth. DL says she signed strict NDAs, got private medical care, and was handed airtight contracts. She says she kept the proof, ultrasounds, timelines, even emails between Meghan's lawyers and the elite agency that arranged the entire surrogacy.
Fresh from repeatedly telling us that they were escaping the United Kingdom because they wanted privacy. They hated the press. They hated everything to be involved in the intrusion in their lives. And then they had their little children and the feral children, and they left them with the chickens. And all she does now with her jams that are crap is...
She says the deal was simple. DL would be paid, then erased. But Meghan didn't just want kids. She wanted the full image of motherhood. Now that DL is talking, Meghan's legal team is scrambling to shut her down. But DL has the receipts, and she's ready to bring them to court. This isn't gossip. It's a legal case. And if her evidence holds up, Meghan's whole pregnancy story could collapse like a house of cards built on lies. And it doesn't stop with Meghan. DL says Prince Harry wasn't in the dark, he knew. She claims he even visited her during the pregnancy, leaving a handwritten thank you note. That detail alone turns this from scandal into a royal constitutional crisis.
Room. This is we're playing it. She's waiting for she's twerking with the baby to try and make the baby come. This is to induce Lilibet's birth. She's dancing in front of the camera. Oh God, it looks like a lap dancing club with pregnant women. He's also dancing in front of the camera.
The monarchy isn't just royal drama, it's built on bloodlines. It decides who gets titles, who inherits power. If both royal children were born through surrogacy and that truth was hidden from the crown, then this could be the biggest royal cover-up since Edward VIII walked away from the throne. DL's claims don't just spark scandal, they threaten to wipe out Archie and Lilibet's place in the line of succession. Behind palace walls, insiders whisper about emergency meetings, legal briefings, and frantic talks with constitutional experts. This isn't just bad press. It's a direct threat to the monarchy's foundation.
Gosh, where does this? I mean, I think that they're going to do another reality show. I think that they are going to have to break down and continue to spill, because I don't think that any of their commercial ventures are working. But this is not the way. This is not the path. I think she's being completely destructive to her own brand.
If this is true, then it wasn't just the public who got misled. The Queen, the Commonwealth, and every taxpayer funding the royal machine were left in the dark. And for Prince Harry, there's no undoing this. DL's claims aren't just big, they're life-shattering. But from Harry and Meghan? Nothing. No Instagram posts, no official statements, not even a quiet leak to the press. And that silence, it's louder than any headline.
Mainstream media, because of their woke narrative fits in exactly what the mainstream media wants to portray.
Social media is in absolute chaos. Supporters who once called Meghan the next Princess Diana are scrubbing their timelines clean. Influencers who used to back her causes have gone silent. Even outlets that usually defend the Sussexes are pulling back. Because the question on everyone's mind isn't, is this real? It's, why hasn't she denied it?
The people who criticize them are, in our kind of bubble, really. You'd be amazed.
In the world of media-trained royals, silence isn't power, it's panic. And this kind of silence could cost Meghan everything. Her image, her brand, her influence. She's not just losing followers, she's losing the one thing money can't buy, public trust.
When you said that we were going to be discussing this, I checked up what it was all about, and actually...
Behind closed doors, insiders say it's all falling apart. Harry, once the smiling rebel prince, is reportedly breaking under the weight, snapping at staff, cutting off longtime friends, and begging Meghan to go public before it's too late.
My fear is that because of that protection they've been afforded by the mainstream media, that they're so...
But Meghan, according to palace insiders, has refused to speak. She allegedly told Harry, "If I talk, it makes it real." So instead of coming clean, she's choosing to control the narrative behind closed doors. Sources say the couple is now sleeping in separate rooms. The power dynamic has flipped. Meghan's in full-blown crisis mode, meeting daily with PR strategists and legal teams. Meanwhile, Harry is spiraling, frozen by fear that if the truth breaks wide open, there's no coming back. And it might. Because DL has reportedly agreed to a DNA test. She's got lawyers, she's ready to go public. If her DNA matches, this isn't a scandal, it's a reckoning.
Because how can we know that it's not? Given that this clearly is not.
Here's the twist no one saw coming. DL isn't just talking, she's taking a DNA test. She's prepared to go under oath, in court, on camera, in a move that could blow the royal fantasy to pieces. Her legal team says they've got the evidence. Ultrasound scans, signed contracts, internal agency emails, even birth records. This test could finally answer the question royal watchers have whispered for years. Who really gave birth to Archie and Lilibet?
A bump that at all looks like a human pregnant bump. Alexandra Marshall, what do you make of this video?
If that DNA test backs up DL's story, the fallout will be immediate. Titles like His Royal Highness, Succession rights, all up in the air. And the palace's carefully staged silence would shatter into a full-blown constitutional earthquake.
Anne, my friend, when you invited me on this show, you didn't say you're going to traumatize me. I am an ambassador.
Behind palace walls, quiet contingency plans are taking shape. Courtiers are reportedly exploring how to distance the monarchy from Harry and Meghan without sparking a full-blown public backlash. Because this isn't just about royal rules anymore. It's about shielding the crown from a truth it never wanted to confront. Meghan's entire identity, mother, activist, feminist icon, is under siege. Her Netflix series on motherhood, now painfully awkward, her speeches on maternal strength, suddenly hard to believe.
Otherwise, this video would be playing on repeat. But basically, with this whole Meghan Markle thing, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They were so desperate to be the victims of the press. That's exactly what Harry's gone out and done, and they pretend to want privacy and to be left alone and respect, and then they go and drop something like this, which, I mean, I know she's not the brightest, most in-touch person in the world, but even she would know that this video is going to attract all the wrong kinds of attention, and you can't tell me it's got nothing to do with the timing of this release, which you would have thought would be around the time of the birth, not, years later. It's because they've had such a monumental failure with their products and their services online that their attention-seeking money revenue streams are drying up. And so this is like a last-ditch, bottom-of-the-barrel effort. You said, will it bring her down? She's got to get off the floor before you bring her back down again. I mean, there's nowhere for her to go, and she's not going to divorce.
Blogs that once praised her have gone silent. Her maternity fashion, once praised as bold and game-changing, is now being dissected. A former stylist even hinted something wasn't right. Palace aides, speaking off the record, admit pregnancy questions were banned completely. "You ask, you're gone," one insider confessed. This wasn't just spin, it was lockdown. And now, that lockdown is falling apart.
But it's painful. But let me just ask, though, in your role as a supporter of the constitutional monarchy.
Meghan's carefully crafted image, the strong, serene royal who rewrote the rule book, is unraveling under the pressure of one woman's voice. This isn't about tabloids, jealousy, or race. It's about credibility. DL isn't whispering anymore. She's shouting through the silence Meghan tried to control. This isn't gossip. This is the possible collapse of royal legitimacy. If DL is telling the truth, everything Meghan and Harry built, their fame, their fortune, their children's very identities, is built on lies. This isn't just scandalous, it's historic. And at the center are 2 children, unknowingly tied to a deception too massive to contain. If Meghan and Harry planned this, they didn't just fool the world, they used it.
The best thing that Charles and William could do now is actually say enough. Enough. We've got to strip you.
The couple who once claimed to be victims of royal cruelty now look more like the masterminds of betrayal. DL's voice has ripped open a secret the monarchy was desperate to keep buried. But the thing about truth? Once it's out, it spreads fast. And now, the reckoning is underway. Her story is everywhere. But what's more chilling is what we haven't heard. No denials, no lawsuits, no statements from Harry or Meghan. Silence can be strategy, but right now, it feels like surrender.
Deeply unpopular. But for me, there's something quite grim about the fact that they're carrying on like this while remaining sort of connected to the royal family in some way.
As the world waits for those DNA results, the royal stage has gone quiet. The spotlight's dimmed. The cast is silent. Because if DL's claims are confirmed, the final scene won't be a fairy tale ending, it'll be a royal collapse. What started as a love story could be remembered as a royal lie. And this time, the world isn't looking away. The silence is loud, but the truth, it's louder and it's coming.